guys, Steven here. So I had a little request for some side control escapes and just some ways to kind of get out of there. So I'm going to talk a couple. Now, with escaping from side control, I think it's very important that you never let somebody settle. Unfortunately, it happens, right? So you've got to learn ways to get out of it. So first I'm just going to talk a little way how to get out of side control when they completely settle in, and going into like just a couple little escapes from there. And I got 4 little options. So we all know like the basic shrimp and recovering the guard, and that's like very fundamental and basic to know, but everybody has trouble still doing it. So there's like kind of like a little twist to it and a few extra details. Look at this one. So when I have this guy on his knees here inside side control and I'm trying to recover the guard, it's just not working. The guy's elbow's over my body. It's kind of just sealing me in. I like the frame always, but watch my hand here. I'm going to bring my hand through it. I'm going to control his foot. I hide my elbow because if I leave my elbow out, he's going to staple my arm and then I'm just in more danger. So I need to hide everything. Now, as you see, like I can't, there's no stepping over this foot. So what I do here is I kind of create like a little frame and I use my feet and I do a reverse shrimp. As I get down south, I can feed his foot now. Now as I start scraping this in, his natural instinct is to drop his hip onto me. Okay, so as he lowers, yes, I'm now under his hip. So I have a couple options. I can try to recover the guard, or look at this little shovel sweep here. I'm gonna take my feet, I'm just gonna use my feet here to scoot underneath of him. As I finish my sweep, I keep a hold of this leg, back step, hips low, and then attach the guard. Watch that one again. I've had a lot of success with this. I do this against really big guys, and if they square up when you're going for your sweep, you just recover the guard. So I control the foot here. Look, I can't step over. The biggest detail, I need to bump and move my body down south. Then I can step over. As I start to straight, just like as an elbow escape, I start to hit his foot, he drops his hip into me, I just scoop my hips underneath, and then he falls. Hip up, pass the guard. I've had a tremendous amounts of success with that side control escape. It's like a little shovel escape. Now, here's another variation of that. So if I get Ty, and Ty's on his knees here, if he's on his knees, your fundamental escape is to shrimp away and then slide your knee in, right? Well, what happens when his hip is dropped? If he drops his hip onto me. Now it's like, yeah, whether he goes reverse case or just go to like a sprawl position here, yeah, right there. Now it's like lower your right hip, like yeah, right there, that's perfect. Now it's like, look, I have no space. So when I shrimp, no space. I can try this, oh man, I can't. So look, I frame on his hip. I bring my body close to his hip, so I'm kind of like concealing his hip in. I'm gonna oop at a 45-degree angle. My arms are just gonna activate to hold him there just for a split second so I can allow my right knee to slide underneath to create the shovel sweep. Now, if this guy opens his hands in base after I slide underneath for a sweep, I'm just gonna recover the guard. But we're gonna pretend this guy's just hugging on tight. He doesn't wanna lose his position. So watch, I oop up, slide my knee underneath. Again, I scoop under, okay? If I can control, I can look for my sweeps. If not, I'll come right back up. If not, I get my knee underneath. Look, just basic guard recovery. And now here's a butterfly sweep. Hook, turn, lift, finish that sweep again. Or you just go to the guard. I always try to throw off sweeps when I'm recovering the guard, just because it either does he has to react. He either gets swept, or he has to base and square up, which then gives me all the space to kind of recover the guard. Now, say those aren't working. Completely there's nothing's working. You can't do the first one, can't do the second one. Here's a third option which I like, and it's kind of inviting him to the mount. So when you're going to do a mount escape, if you do a mount elbow escape, so with our partner, what I want is I want to turn my foot down. I make my frame here on the inside. My elbow pushes his leg down. I step over, I scrape the foot, work my regular elbow escape. Big detail out of this, toes down. Don't just leave your foot trapped. Because look, if I pull my gi pants back, there's a little wedge here that people put their toes in. Now, if they put their toe there, it's very difficult to elbow escape. Well, if I wedge my leg, my toes, my heel down and my knee down, there's no space to wedge the toes under. So as I have Ty and side control, I'm going to set up a mount escape from side control. So Ty's close to me. Look, this frame, I keep on this leg. I don't let this leg go under my armpit, and I don't let it go on top of my arm. Okay, I have my leg out here. I keep my frames. I want to try to keep him south on my body here. Okay, I'm going to attack this leg right here, the one next to me. So the most common mount entry is people either step over, they slide over. Okay? So whatever he does, he goes to slide his knee across my belly to try to advance to the mount. Notice I follow the arm. As he keeps going, look, I just work an elbow escape. Then I move.
Okay? He's so focused, come right back here. So he's so focused on that top knee coming across my body that this knee becomes light. I need to follow the leg. He goes to slide across. I don't care. I'll invite him. Scrape. Elbow skate. If you have the underhook, I can fire this off for attacks for the back, or I just recover the guard. Right? It's no different than the regular mount escape. If he's regular in the mount, so if he just comes into the mount, I do a basic just elbow escape. Right? I turn my hips to the side, step over, trap, pivot, turn. Right? Well, it's the same thing. So if Ty hops off here, I'm just here. I'm inviting him to the mount. So as he comes across, that's when I work my hip escape.
So something very simple. There's a couple little tricks that I have for the side control. The shovel sweep, I tend to get a lot, you know. And again, with that shovel sweep, is I go like reverse or go scarf hold on me, like Kizakatame. He's all the way through. I can't let him pull my hand. Need to be underneath. I get close. I crowd his hips. I upa. I get my knee underneath. Once I get under his hips, I can dump him where I want. But it's about me getting underneath of him. Okay. And again, like I said, if he squares up, I go back to regular guard recovery mode. I have trouble with just a basic shrimp away recover the guard. It's good fundamentally taught, early level go, but when somebody completely seals it in, I got to change my approach. And those are just a few little nifty little tricks that you can do to help you. Hope you enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, and tag anybody and share this. Okay,